Hey, what's up, guys? Healing365 coming at you, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I stay sober. Alright, so a little bit of background information, history about me. So, growing up, I didn't do drugs until I was, let's say, and I'm not lying about it, trying to think, 16. Maybe even, I wasn't 15, I was 16. Smoked my first blunt, got high, loved it, and ended up quitting for a few months. Then I got back on it, and I smoked every day for a long time. Um, I basically was not really, I don't want to call it peer pressure, but people were getting high, and I wanted to get high too. So they gave me some weed, and I smoked it with them, and I liked it, and it became the social setting that I was enjoying. So I'd get high. Then I started getting high by myself, and I have some connections to sell it to me. And it was basically just regular weed. It wasn't anything exciting, but I didn't know at the time, and I got high, and I felt good, and it was cheap, and I got a lot for a cheap price. So then, loud, I learned about that, and I'm like, oh, this weed looks pretty. There's crystals in it. It looks nice. I was probably 18 at the time, and I'm like, it's more expensive, but you don't need to use as much, and you'll get even higher. So I put that mid 50 stuff away, and I kept getting high on Lao, Purple Haze, Kush, whatever. Got more connections. It expanded. I was never much into alcohol. I would drink here and there, because why not? But I probably got drunk 20 times. Probably drank 30 times. But I probably got drunk like 20. That's it. And I'm probably over exaggerating. It's probably more like 15. But I don't remember. I know it was over 10 times. Could have even been 10. Alright, I digress. I didn't get drunk that much. And I didn't drink that much in my life. Yeah, probably 15 times. Alright, so yeah, I love getting high. I started to realize that my mind was starting to expand a little more. I was starting to think outside the box with things. I started to just feel better even with when things were just really crap, when I was really dull and annoyed and depressed. It would help enlighten my spirits, my mood. But then it got to the point where it seemed like I needed to get high in order to function normally. Get high to get out of bed, get high to go to bed, get high to just have fun, play video games. It's like, I'm playing this video game, but I can't have fun unless I'm high, because it amplifies everything. It makes the colors brighter. It makes it was just an overall better experience. So I turned probably 20. Yeah, before I turned 21, weed just started to get kind of boring, and I was like, I want to try to grow some weed. Maybe that'll make it more fun. Being like more of a hobbyist, just growing, getting it myself and giving it to people and whatever. Put a seed in a pot, it sprouted. Then I switched to some Miracle Grow, which I guess stunted the growth. So I just tossed the whole thing away. And I'm like, what else can I grow? And then I got into the psychedelics. I started growing mushrooms. I researched for maybe a month and a half, got all the resources I need, all the tools. This video is not edited, or else I'd show you pictures of some of my yields, grows, whatever. But I don't condone it anymore. I was so big on it. I loved it. It was great. I grew shrooms 3 or 4 times. Then I ended up getting shrooms from people. And this part, it gets kind of scary. It's for another video. But I will say that after my mushroom experience, I got into LSD. Yeah. And other research. Well, I'm not saying LSD is research chemical, but and other chemicals that were research chemicals. So like mimicked LSD. It ruined my life. It ruined the way I see things. It ruined the way I just cope with things. And I'm still messed up to this day because of it. But I will say this: there were some positives that came about. Was it worth the trade-off? No, not at all. But what helped with the situation was it helped me appreciate my life more. It helped me understand where I was headed, why I was the way I was, and it helped me to change in a lot of ways. Because I didn't mention that I was a cigarette smoker. Well, I mentioned that in a different video. I actually have a whole video talking about it. But I ended up smoking cigarettes for 4 years. But to be honest, it took bad trips to get me to realize that this existence is a test from God, and my duty is to try to wake people up and live the way He wants me to live. But the consequences are still ongoing for dabbling with psychedelics, messing up the way my mind and brain chemistry works with each other. But another positive is it helped me get into fitness. It helped me, again, I realized what wrongs were going on, so I wanted to change. The reason why I stay sober now is because I got the message and I hung up the phone. And that's it. After some bad experiences, I tried weed again after my last trip, which was bad. It was good for a little bit, and it got bad. And then I had a bad trip. I don't even know why I even put quotation up, because you can trip on weed. I had a bad trip on weed. And I was like, but it wasn't, that's the thing about trips. It's not really a trip. It's God communicating with you. For real, even when it's good, it's God communicating with you. Because I've had good trips. But the good ones aren't the memorable ones, it's the bad ones. So God was like, look, this is more proof that I exist, but this is it. You can never get high again. I'll take you out of this situation, but you can never do it again. This is it for you. And I said, okay, I'm done. Fine. I won't do it again. Boom, I came back. And I never got high since. Now, about 15 days or so after that, I had a wine cooler, and nothing happened. I didn't get drunk. It's like, in the Bible it says you can drink but don't get drunk. But after that, I was like, alright, I'm not going to drink either. I'm just going to stay sober. And I've been sober since, it was like April 28th. It was honestly like a week before the marathon I did. So April 28th, 2015. So April, May, June, July, August, September, October. A year and a half since I've partaken in any type of substance. And people keep trying to tempt me into going back into it. But you know what? If I do it, that's it for me. And the funny thing is, I want to get high. I want to get high right now. Like, I guess to really talk about it, I'd get high at work. I'd get high at the mall. I'd get high, like, I would go outside just to have a beautiful naturalistic experience. So, like, I would have, like, see my hands in my pocket right here, right? So, like, I would have, like, and already a pre-rolled blunt, which is ready to be lit. So I'd have that blunt with the lighter in my hand, just waiting, like looking around, like, you know, is there any cops or is there any people? Or I would have my bag and then like a blunt, and I would just roll it outside to just have that experience, just to split it up, you know, split the blunt, gut it, roll it, or fill it, then roll it, and light it, and just let everything just manifest. Now, my earth mind, meaning like my grounded mind, thinks that if I get high, nothing will happen. I'll just get high and get sober. But my spirit is telling me something completely different. So don't do it. Don't even try it. So they're clashing with each other. But I'm not gonna risk it. I know it sounds silly. I know there's people that are getting high right now. You're probably watching this high or getting high, thinking, healing, what is wrong with you? What's wrong with your thinking? But hey, everyone gets their message. And got to the point where being sober was just the best thing for me. I mean, I don't know, I just don't, like, I crave it, but I don't crave it, if that makes sense. Like, it's like, I am not even trying to, like, find a dealer or anything, and other words, I should have said that a little differently. I'm enjoying life without it. I know my last video is all full of hate and why I'm mad, but I am blessed. I feel really good about just knowing that I am doing a lot better off than a lot of people. And I thank God for that. Seriously. God saved me. Who knows what the future holds? But for now, I know that, like I said, I am still messed up by it. And me getting high again, even if I didn't descend to hell or whatever, I know I would always regret getting high again. So, that's it. Weird how that ended. Not even just this video, but I was the type that, like, people would they knew I was a pothead. I smelled like weed all the time. I even got a psychedelic tattoo on my arm, which obviously I'm wearing a hoodie and I'm too cold to even whip that out. Sounded weird, didn't it? Sex, it's another topic for another video. Because all these addictions, we put ourselves through. Gotta change one thing at a time. Well, as always, have a blessed and prosperous day. I encourage you to stay sober. In the Bible, it says, stay sober, be vigilant. Our adversary, the devil, was roaring. I said roaring. Because it's related. I don't remember the exact scripture. Basically, he's seeking like a lion, trying to find anyone that he can devour. So, knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Don't let the devil in.